This is Rhonda Johnson at rc.johnson@hughes.net. Isn't it funny how even some of the best laid plans don't seem to come together just right? I remember planning a 40th anniversary party for my mom and dad. They got married a little bit later in life. They were in their mid-70s, so they wanted their 40th to be their big anniversary party. Mom just wanted us four kids and their grandkids, our kids, to have a big dinner with them down at their house, which was about 75 miles away. I thought there's no way in the world I'm going to allow them to have just a little dinner for their big anniversary party, so the planning goes into play. I had a commemorative marriage certificate ordered for them from the state of Alaska. Now, in order to get that, though, I had to have their signatures on the application. I thought about forging them, but instead I went ahead and stuck that application in an envelope and just stuck the signature lines out, asked them to sign it. They asked me what the heck they were signing. I said, "Oh, don't worry, I'm just changing the will. My brothers and sisters don't need anything anyway." Can you believe they signed it? I don't think I would trust my kids with that story. I asked my mom for her address book, and she was wondering why. I said, "Well, I think I'm going to grow up this year and send Christmas cards out to the whole family." She said, "Right, like you're going to slow down long enough to send Christmas cards out to our family, but whatever, here's the book." So I make copies of the book. So I start creating this letter for everybody to let them know that this is their 40th anniversary. We would like to send them on a cruise. I've already reserved it. I would just like a little donation from them, maybe to have a shore excursion in each of the places they were going to stop. Wished I would have known about the little yellow sticky note in the upper right-hand corner for that letter, but we got quite a few reservations back. So I've got the marriage certificate ordered, check. I've got the cake ordered, check. I've got the framer for the certificate, check. There's a little inn right near our home that has a restaurant and a bar and hotel rooms above it, and we know the people that own it and told them what we were doing, and they offered to rent us the whole place basically for free, except for the rooms. They were only going to charge $20 a night. Now, the rooms weren't that great of a steal, because I think you can change the TV channel with your toes while you're laying in bed, but for 20 bucks a night, made it nice and convenient for everyone. So accommodations, check. They're going to provide the dinners, dinner, check. Invitations are sent out, so we've got that checked off. Got the cruise ordered. I made pictures of the cruise ship and put them on big poster boards to put up in the wall of the restaurant with envelopes there where everybody could just stick money or checks in there to help fund the trip for them. The next thing I was going to do was they had this service in town where they had Clydesdale horses pulling this beautiful ornate sleigh with the seats that face each other this way, and blankets and furs, and I was going to load all the grandkids up in there, have them pick up my mom and dad and give them a little ride while everybody gathered at this inn for this party. So we got that all reserved, so that's in good shape. I go doing the decorating shopping. The 40th anniversary isn't a very popular one because there wasn't an awful lot of decorations for 40th anniversary, but I found enough. We got the place ready to decorate, so we got that done. We got presents, we've got a photographer, we're ready to go. About a week or so before the party, my mom calls up my brothers and sisters and me and says, "Remember, I want to have a nice dinner with you kids and the grandkids for our 40th anniversary." Well, we hadn't mentioned this anniversary. We've been working on this for a couple of months now. As pre-planned, my brother and two sisters both said, "Oh, sorry, Mom, we got something else that came up. We just can't possibly make it. Really sorry. Can we do it another time?" She was crushed. She was so upset that nobody loved her. So she calls me up and says the same thing, that she wants to have dinner, and she was so mad at my brother and two sisters that I said, "Mom, you know what? Don't worry about it. You and Dad come up here, me and Roger will take you out for dinner, and we love you. We'll take you out. Don't worry about it, Mom." So she gets ready to head up here for that Saturday, and wouldn't you know it, but it's November in Alaska. We have nothing but rain, 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 rain. The sleigh cannot run in the rain. It has to run in the snow, and it didn't have wheels. It only had skis. So I have to cancel that and try to find another way to get them running, get them transported while everybody gathered at the inn. So I call Anchorage, which is about 150 miles away, and they do have a limousine. So I said, please send it down. So they tell me yes, they will. About 6 hours before they were supposed to come down and pick up my mom and dad, give them a ride, then they call and said, I'm so sorry, but another party rented this limousine for the entire night, and that's more of a fare for us than just what you wanted for 1 hour, so we're going to have to cancel on you. Now what do I do? Well, I had one last shot at a limousine, and I called them up. They said yes, they were available, very short notice, but they could accommodate me. This thing comes rolling into town, and it's like this long car, and it has like 3 separate seats facing forward along with the driver's seat, and it wasn't a limousine at all. I don't know, it looked more like a hearse or something, but it was all I had. I had to get them away from me and let everybody get over there to the inn to do this big surprise. So we pile the grandkids in there, we go to the inn, and we had made arrangements with my mom and dad to meet at a different restaurant for dinner that they really liked. And when the driver dropped them off at the inn, then my dad just about got physical with that driver and says, no, we're supposed to meet them here, this is where I'm having dinner with my daughter, you take me over there. The driver said, sorry, this is my instructions. So they get out of the car and they come in, and oh my gosh, we had so many people there. And many of them couldn't make it because of all this rain that had washed out one of the bridges that led to the town, so there were several people that were stuck on the other side of the bridge. But even with that, we had so many people there. We had people from out of state, as far away as New Jersey, all over the state of Alaska, that had all flown in for this party for my mom and dad. So even though we had a few changes and we had a few disasters and a few adjustments that we had to make, it was one of the best nights of their life. So we just learned to adapt with the change and create new solutions.